Hi everyone. How many of you have seen Fabulous Lives versus Bollywood Wives? Everyone? Okay, so you know, of course, they become household names. Please welcome Shalini Pasi and Ridhima Kapoor Saini. And finally, we've got Kalyani with us also. Big round of applause, please. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
To Sahitya Aaj Tak. It's an absolute pleasure to have all of you here with us. You heard the response.
I hear absolutely no response, by the way.
Oh, no. Give it up for Kalyani, everyone.
All of us.
There.
Yeah. What's happening?
So you heard the response for, the amount of love you're getting also for your series. Has it sunk in yet?
I've been doing almost 6 interviews a day or more. So I've had to cancel my vacation, but I'm loving what all you are sending me. Thank you for your DMs. Thank you for your messages. I love you all so much. They've inspired me to work even harder and be a better person.
Thank you. I have to bring in Ridhima now because there's so much love for you.
तहे दिल से सबका मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ. I love you all. Thank you for having us here. आपने हमें इस लायक समझा, ये मंच पे बुलाया. So thank you everyone. Thank you all for being here. Sending love back in tenfolds. Thank you.
Ridhima, you come, of course, from a very prestigious family. You were a household name before the series, now more so. What's it been like? आपको कैसा लग रहा है looking at all of this love that's coming your way?
So it feels very, very good. It feels surreal. मैं बहुत private type की औरत हूँ. I keep things to myself. But अगर हम Bollywood Wives की बात करें, तो I have been a massive fan of the series. हमारी जो 4 OG wives हैं, मैं उनकी बहुत बड़ी fan रह चुकी हूँ. मैंने सीजन 1, सीजन 2 लगातार देखा है. तो जब मुझे कॉल आई और जब मुझे पूछा गया कि क्या आप सीजन 3 करना चाहेंगी, I could not say no to Karan. But I would like to give credit to our 4 friends, Neelam, Bhavna, Seema, Maheep. We miss you girls.
The Bollywood wives.
The Bollywood OG wives. Aapke bina, this would have not been possible.
Wow, amazing. Kalyani, what was the journey like for you? You've been thrust into the spotlight now. How different is it now? How different is life now?
This, it's been like a blockbuster, right? This whole pop culture blockbuster. And it has been fantastic. As Ridhima said, I think season 1 and 2, if it wasn't for them, there would not firstly be a season 3. But I think Delhi definitely brought in the masala and made it so fun. And for me personally, I was, I think, overconfident in the beginning because I've been in front of the camera for a long time. I mean, I've done so many different things in my life. But it also happened during the peak season of my business. So I think I was kind of divided in my attention span till one day I woke up and said, okay, this is huge. And the aftermath of this coming out has been so incredible. It's in 192 countries. It's Netflix. This kind of exposure, this kind of, overnight recognition is not possible.
Are you
otherwise.
bombarded for selfies now all the time, wherever you go?
I have got matchmakers from New Zealand, guys. So, I mean, everyone wants to know if I'm really single, but guys, I'm really single. So, any help, please DM me.
Do we have any suitable bachelors here? I don't see any.
I see someone laughing very loudly here.
That's right here.
But let me just quickly tell you, the nicest compliment, I think, for all seven of us. I met Soni Razdan. You all know who Soni Razdan is. And for the younger generation, it's Alia Bhatt's mother. I met her at lunch at Art Mumbai in Bombay recently. And she came up, she's saying, I have binge watched the show. I'm like, nice. She's saying, but I could not finish it. I'm like, huh? Well, that's not good. She's saying, no. I binge watched it with my sister who was visiting. That's somebody's, right? So she said that I couldn't finish it because I kept the last 20 minutes on hold till the weekend because it was so good that, you know, you don't want it to get over. And I think that is the best compliment that we can all have received.
No, I think we can all agree that all of us would have binge watched, started, and then you can't stop it. You have to finish it because you need to know what happens next. Shalini, there's been so much talk about you, your life mantras. You've gone completely viral. How has life changed for you?
So I've always done many things, and of course this is a very, very public platform. And I have now apparently fan clubs all over. There are people who are mimicking me. They are having sassy-passy parties. There are women who send messages, long messages, men saying that how I've inspired them. Honestly, I was just living my life and just being who I am. And if people are finding inspiration or if they're finding goodness in it, I mean, that's really heartwarming, and I feel like doing even more good things and, doing more things with my life. So it's like a back and forth. Like, the audience is giving me so much love, and I'm truly inspired and grateful for that.
Can I just say, and I know that one of the most popular lines in the series is when you say, I don't like to stress, it's not good for my skin.
I've changed it now.
She's glowing. What does it change to?
I've changed it to, I don't like to talk about others because I like to talk about myself.
Everyone relates to that, I think, now.
Yeah. Please do relate to that.
But Ridhima, for you also, because you were saying about how, you were very closed up. You didn't like to really go out there and speak about how you're feeling. How was this perceived by your family? Were they okay with you getting into reality TV?
So, actually, such batao to, I am the oldest debutante in my family. Better late than never. I'm 44 years old, and I'm very proud of the fact that at least I came in front of the camera now. मैंने शादी की, मेरी बेटी हुई, I wanted to be at home taking care of my family. I'm an entrepreneur. I just feel, there is nothing like the right time or the right age. It's when you want to start afresh. आपको जो करना है, कभी भी करना है, when you are able to, if it makes you happy, follow it. Just go for it. And this is the advice that I would sincerely give to all the wonderful, beautiful ladies sitting in the audience. Okay, follow your dreams, whatever you want to do. Don't think that, it is not the right time now. My mother started working when she was 5 years old. She gave it up for a while, but now she's back to working again. So, the perfect example. Thank you.
That's amazing. Were they a bit shocked, a tad shocked that you're choosing to do it with reality TV?
They were actually, my family is very supportive. 100% support from all my family members. In fact, they were truly happy for me. They were like, Chalo, finally, you have said yes. And I was like, yes. And now there's no looking back.
Sure. Tell me something, guys. Are the Bombay wives more popular, more entertaining, or the Delhi wives? The Delhi wives. Kalyani, what makes the Delhi wives so much better, or the Delhi women so much better than the Bombay women?
I am no one's wife. I'm just fabulous.
Which is why I changed it to women.
I think it's just such a refreshing dimension. There was season 1 and 2. And there was the 4 of them. And they are very good friends. They are very, very tight. They're very, very close and have a history with each other, family-wise, etc., work-wise, like Chunky and Neelam, for example, etc. So I think what Delhi brought in was a completely different perspective into the show. And we are all three of us, very different personalities. Now there's 7 very strong women. It's a 7 women show, which is a lot. And I think we all have very individual personalities. We are very strong women. We've all done something with our lives. We're all achievers. We're not just someone's wife or someone's daughter. I think we all 7 of us have actually achieved something. And I think that's really the message out here. And to answer your question, I mean, Delhi brought in the pizzazz, guys. Don't you agree?
It's not like a movie where, you can do rehearsals and there are a couple of takes. This is one take and you're like, your life is put out there. So, yeah.
Was it hard to kind of hold back on the controversies, Kalyani? Were you like, how will this go down with the audience? Will I, piss off someone else on the show? Any of that you went through while shooting?
No, obviously, as the show gets along, I think it's like having a baby. It gets progressively worse in terms of my anxiety, at least, because I'm a very reactive person. And I react, and then I regret it, and then I want to do damage control, and I make it even worse. But that's me in real life. So I think whatever you see, what you see is what you get. And yes, sometimes I did regret, like, gosh, did I have to react, But I am that person, and I have been my true, authentic self. And I think that's kind of long-term, because I don't know it any other way. And this was a reality show, and I think I've been as real as I could be. And people who know me have realized that. And I think that's long-term authenticity.
Yeah, totally, absolutely. Shalini, did you have, when you watched the show in hindsight, shooting, you're in the emotions clearly, it was all very real, you're saying that, it was reactions.
Emotions. What did you say? Which emotions?
No, the emotions were very real on the show. But when you watched it post that, were there some moments when you felt, look, maybe I shouldn't have reacted this way, maybe I should have reacted differently, maybe I should have said something different?
I haven't actually watched the show entirely.
You haven't watched it?
No, just the clips on Instagram of me. And honestly, I'm a person who learns from their mistakes. My mistakes make me. I embrace everything that I've done. I stand by my decisions. I do things before and then understand what has actually transpired. So I'm very, very emotional. I'm very artistic. I'm very impulsive. We are here today where everybody, like we have people from the literature background and artists and writers, and we live in our own world. We do things and then we like clean up our mess. So honestly, and everything that has happened to me or I have done, I don't regret anything. But at the end of the day, I don't ever try to hurt anybody, use anyone, misuse my friendship, not be loyal, not break anybody's trust. These are things that if I ever do by mistake, I'm very harsh on myself. So if I'm not loyal to a friend or if I throw a friend under the bus, I will never forgive myself for years and make it up to that person. That's who I am. But when it comes to making mistakes on my own, I am very, very happy. I just own it all.
Can I ask you a question? I'm sure everyone's wondering this. Seeing your life in the series, and to me when I watched it, I was like, wow, this is so extra. This is so wow in every aspect. Your home, your fashion choices, all of it.
There's text on your tarpal, man.
Yeah, we're extra too. I'm not going to take that away. We're extra.
And you have red tassels there, which I can see, and I'm admiring. Artists are extra. We are supposed to be extra.
Yeah, it's great.
We are supposed to live by creativity. So I own everything.
So is that a daily thing with you?
I love wearing
what's your
clips.
routine like on a daily basis?
I wake up in the morning, I pray or I meditate, depends what I want to. Then I do my meetings for my art foundation, which is MASH, for about 2 hours. Then I have my lunch, and then again I sort of read emails or interact or communications. Then afternoon I try to meditate for half an hour if I have time. Then I work out from 3:30 to 4:30, and you're keeping me away from my work. No, I work out from 3:30 to almost 5:36 every day, no matter if I have to take a flight and,
We've held you today, though.
Yeah, I'm like really like, okay, guys. So I work out 2 hours, I dance an hour, and I do Pilates or weight training. Then I have dinner by 6:37 sharp. Then at 9 o'clock, either I go to the temple or I have some classes or I read. Mostly I have some classes or I have my therapy. So my day is very, very structured.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to the music classes also. Hopefully that falls at 3:30, right? So that we can also have some music
classes at night, because I finish my work in the day, and whatever post 9 o'clock is whatever the fun things I can add on. So,
Wow.
yeah.
You're all, of course, celebrities now. And Ridhima, do you think that, a series like, Fabulous Lives, Bollywood Wives, it's, of course, all about the masala, the fun. Do you think there's a larger message, though, that you also kind of try to send out as women? And you can lead and inspire so many women out there with this series. And what is that message?
Absolutely. I totally agree. I mean, we are mothers, we are wives, soon to be, hopefully. But anyway, so that said, see, for me, my family comes first. My family comes before everything and anything. My family is my priority. Even today, when I know my daughter comes home from school at a certain time, she can never come back to an empty house. That's how I am. I have to be there for her. I let go events, I let go everything else just to be at home with my daughter. So if there is another season, I really hope, they show a little more bond between me and my family. Maybe a little bit of yoga, because that's what I do also. Maybe, a little bit of my workspace. So all I can say is to all the ladies, as I have mentioned even before, that, I've done this now. As I just said, I am the oldest newcomer in the family. So follow your dreams, don't hold back. Whenever, however, in your ability, in your capacity, just go for it.
Beautiful message. Kalyani, for you, you're a self-made woman. All of you are self-made women. So do you think that amid all of the perfection that you see in this series also, that not many people know what it takes to reach this particular spot, that what it's taken behind the scenes also?
I don't think anyone's perfect. I mean, I am one of the most flawed people I know. I am also today a product of all my mistakes, which have been my biggest learnings. I think the biggest message that I want to give every woman, every young girl, especially the picture of Delhi that has been shown, right? It doesn't matter who your father is, who your husband is. You just don't know where life is going to take you. My superpower has been my financial independence. And that is something that I tell every woman. It doesn't matter if you can bake cookies, go to the kitchen, sell that cookie to your neighbor. Those 500 rupees are going to be possibly the most precious that you'll ever, earning something, earning your whatever. It's also a mindset that changes. Your independence, your financial independence is something to do with the kind of confidence that you have within yourself. It's a whole mindset which is only for you. And every woman needs that. And I would encourage every girl, every woman, just don't get complacent. Don't get lazy about anything.
Seeing the series, there was always this claim by the Bollywood wives that they're thick as friends, they're thick as thieves, they get along really well. How are the three of you also, away from really the relationship that you share? Can I ask each of you to describe the other two of what they mean to you, or in a word, if you could share what Ridhima and Shalini mean to you, or how you describe them?
We've known each other for a very long time. I have known Shalini for a very long time, since I actually met her. I met her through my ex-husband, who was in school with Sanjay, who's my brother. And our children have grown up together. Her son, Robin, and Tahira, very, very dear friends. I mean, they were hanging out when Tahira was in town recently. So there is a very wholesome family situation. and the longevity of that relationship. I mean, I was troubled during the shoot, and I actually called Sanjay for advice because I know it won't, if I talk to him about something, it won't go beyond him, and he'll tell me the right thing. So there is that relationship. With Ridhima, also, I know her maybe through various family members, and she's much younger than me, but we have always connected on a very fun, when we meet at her cousin Tashu's house, who's a very, very dear friend of mine, Natasha Nanda. I mean, we always land up huddling in some corner and giggling about heaven knows what, things that can't be discussed right now. But that's the kind of relationship we have. I love my Sam. I love her husband, Bharat, who's one of the nicest human beings I know. And I love her mom and her brother.
I think everyone loves her brother. But Ridhima,
I had to put it in. I'm sorry, Ridhima. He's your brother, not mine. I know. Just want to clarify.
Ridhima, if you could swap your life with any of the ladies here, who would it be and why?
I am very happy and secure with my own life. I love my life. I wouldn't change it for anything ever.
But come on. If you found one aspect of their lives that you were like, you know,
I am the happiest. I express gratitude every single day. I'm grateful for the beautiful family I have on both sides. I wouldn't swap with anyone.
You're not taking the bait, are you? Shalini, what about you? For you also, of course, there's been a lot of talk about your personality. Do you think there's one aspect of your personality that you felt was kind of overlooked in the series? That you wish people knew more about?
Honestly, I think I suffer from split personalities as well as multiple personalities. So I don't think many, like hundreds of series would not do justice to each personality. But honestly, it's the thing is that there's so much, like what has been said on the panel. Ridhima said that, I dedicate my time to my family. I would just say that my family dedicates their time to me, and I think that women have to be in that position and power to say that, we are doing our duties, we are doing our bits. It is my turn now, or when. So I think that is something that we all forget. Overlooking a personality is very easy because there's so many grays, and honestly, I just don't like to calculate this, that. It is what it is, like a flowing river. I might not be the same person tomorrow, so why hold on to something? I'm very, very evolving and changing all the time. And I don't think anything was overlooked. Basically my idea was to not make fun of anybody else, but make fun of me or myself, because this way no one gets hurt.
But how did you do that? I think you were very inspirational in the series.
So I have this song from Ridhima's grandfather. कहता है जो कर सारा जमाना, आधी हकीकत आधा फसाना, चश्मा उतारो फिर देखो यारो, दुनिया वही है चेहरा पुराना.
Wow. This shows that there were clearly music classes, training, all of that. Amazing.
Master ji told me my students go to Indian Idol. Ma'am, आपने कोविड के बाद से एक भी क्लास नहीं लिया है. आप नहीं गा सकते. आप नहीं गा सकते. आप ready नहीं हैं.
Ridhima, you were the one who was, I think, most loved. Whether it was the Bollywood Wives, the Fabulous Lives, everyone loved you. I think there's a warmth that everyone shares with you, and they always say that there's something about Ridhima that makes her perfect.
I'm not perfect. I'm far from being perfect. Thank you for the compliment, but I think we all collectively received a lot of love from people. Even today when I go out, the ground reality is so different, when people, I remember my parents being mobbed, getting, pictures clicked. हम भी घुस जाते थे अंदर. लेकिन now people are coming up to me, taking photos, and, showering so much love, So it actually feels great. And they'll say thank you to everyone.
I think we saw that also. As soon as Ridhima came in here, there were so many people wanting to take selfies. It was beautiful to see was that you were going ahead and also allowing all of them, being patient with all of them, which is amazing. You don't see that in a lot of celebrities. Kalyani, has there been a bit of a, in a sense, a shock after the series came out, or the kind of reactions that came in?
I don't have 1 million followers. I mean, now I have much more than I did earlier. But I've had a lot of women followers, and a lot of young girls who follow me, the age group of between 18 to 25. And it's been interesting because I get a lot of messages because probably they get inspired by my story, or if you follow me, and I do so many 100 things, and I write these essays for every post. I don't think anyone reads them, but anyway, whoever does probably finds some meaning. You do, yeah. Thank you. And so this show, it's a global recognition, overnight. I mean, nothing can beat that. I'm telling you, there are people DMing me, sending me messages from Miami to New Zealand. I mean, how on earth can you get this kind of exposure? You can't. And I'll tell you a very funny story. So during Diwali, I make silverware, and this is my peak season. So I spend a lot of time in my store. So quick story, which they know about. So I was in this store, and this lady walks in, and I said, "Hi, I'm Kalyani." She said, "Yeah, we know who you are." And me being pompous, saying, "Hi, of course you do." So I mean, because of my own Instagram situation, this happens a lot. So I said, "Please come in." She said, No. I have sat in my car for 2 hours from Gurgaon. My husband has binge watched your show and said, "Oh, Raison looks really interesting. Please go and see if we can pick up all our corporate gifts from there." She shopped a lot. Before she left, I'm like, Ekta, I'll never forget her name. Said, "I just want to ask you, said your husband binge watched it. Have you watched the show?" So she's like, I'm like, you haven't, right? She said, "No, I just saw one episode. But tomorrow, Sunday, now that I've met you, I'm going to watch it." What is interesting is, I want to know, in this audience of many men, you all have all watched it, right?
How many men have watched it? Put your
All
hands
the
up.
men have watched it. You have.
Men have seen it.
Yes, right?
Handful,
So
yeah.
it's a really interesting demography of TRPs that have happened with this show, because there's been so much of interest, not just with the women, in a show like this, which one would imagine is a women-oriented show. But this is not. Just so many men who have binge-watched the show. So this is one tiny story, but there are many more which we don't have time
I
for
think
right
it's
now.
popular among men, popular among women, popular among Gen Z, right?
Absolutely.
Ridhima, your daughter must be thrilled.
Oh my God. And it was her first time. So she literally plays it on, but she only wants to watch her bits. So she just wants to see, "Mama, I just want to see how I look on the screen." But that is Samara. So
But please
yeah,
tell her she looks beautiful.
I will. Thank you.
Shalini, do you see this Gen Z love also differently? By the way, they've embraced you as part of Gen Z. I hope you
don't know
realize
how.
that.
I have no idea how, because my dressing is totally not Gen Z and my lingo is completely not Gen Z. It's very normal English. I speak in a very, very normal.
You have the Riz. You know what that means?
What is that,
You've got
Riz?
Riz.
What is that?
Yeah, it's sass. I'd say sass. Yeah,
I
you've
think
got it.
that comes from not knowing the Gen Z language. Also, I had a fear of speaking, and I used to eat up words and stammer. So I would actually I would be very afraid of the camera, and I was petrified of even speaking. So it's taken me so many years to overcome that. But yeah, Gen Z, I've become a Gen Z icon. I've become, I don't know what all, but I'm very surprised that the Gen Z are loving, because my dressing is not at all Gen Z. It's so, someone cannot, I was not sure if they would be able to relate to what I'm wearing or what I'm saying.
But tell us about that, your fashion choices and how it speaks about your personality also. It's very different, right? It's very unique. I'm sure you realize that. But to stay true to it through the show.
Yeah, so the thing is that I love, I don't color my hair. This is the natural color of my hair. Is very dark. So it looks very stark with the skin. So I wanted to bring some light to the hair. And I always loved wearing clips and hairbands. And also when the hair is open, I'm a control freak. So it's all over the place and they would keep touching my hair. So it actually came out of a necessity to tie your hair up, so that to be more functional and not be, touching up your hair every time. So it actually came out of that. Accessories, there's all these the bags, the crosses, the birds, the butterflies, all little notes to me, if I'm wearing a color, if I feel like wearing. So it's, because I'm an artist, I love putting things together. And many times a certain look is inspired by a painting or like a singer or stuff like that. So I'm just living my own, I was just living my own fantasy and everybody's loved it. I mean, I'm so grateful for that. And little girls are having sassy passy parties, wearing hairbands and
Yeah, there are
clips
Charlie
and-
themed parties.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Which
yeah,
is amazing. I want to
apparently.
attend one. We've got about 15 minutes. We're going to pass around the mic. I'm sure a lot of you have questions, yes? Put your hands up. We'll get the mic to you. And by then, I'll also, of course, take this forward. We'll give a couple of minutes to get the mic to you as well. Yeah, the girl right there. Yeah.
Hi everyone. So my question is to Ridhima. So Ridhima, I'm here just because of you. Because
Thank you.
I got to know that you are coming. So
So
my, I want to say that I have been following you for quite some time now. I love the way you are working over the Instagram all across. And the question here, as she stated over here, right, कि ground reality different है. But I have been seeing, as I'm a content creator myself, I have been seeing a lot of spanning happening on your content.
Can you imagine?
And a lot of bad things are coming up.
Yeah.
I am like clueless why it's happening
Yeah.
so.
So thank you for your question. रिचा जी ने एक इंटरव्यू में कहा था, चंदू चंडीगढ़ में बैठ के क्या लिख रहा है सानू की
सच्ची बोले आप।
सानू की यू आर हियर टू वर्क हार्ड, यू आर हियर टू पुट योर बेस्ट सेल्फ आउट, यू वर्क हार्ड, यू अवेल द अपॉर्चुनिटीज यू गेट. आप अपना मेहनत करो, जिसको जो लिखना है, अगर चंद लाइनें लिख के आपको खुशी मिलती है, गुड, बी हैप्पी, पर हमको कुछ लेना देना नहीं है आपसे. So thank you. Love.
Thank you. Yeah. The lady there, please, with her hand up.
Thank you. Congratulations, the OTT series has been such a hit. At the outset, I would like to ask all of you, the three of you, that, with that, fortune of having the privilege of being born in houses where probably saying that you must pursue your dream sounds easy peasy, look at the audience. There's already a demarcation. The privileged, the very chosen, and the ones who are just standing as bystanders. Do you have any plan in the future for any other meaningful, talks, or maybe a series, maybe something which the common man
Okay.
can relate to, the woman of substance can relate to?
Can I answer this, please? May I answer this, please?
Yeah, of course. Thank you
So,
so much.
honestly, for me, this is a question living in India. I have been asking many teachers before and many gurus reading on books that why is this so, that why am I born here, and what is the thing. There's no answer to it, but as a human being, as a person, what you do is you do your best. So my entire acting fees actually goes to a village in Bihar and Purnia through UNICEF. Everything that I do is actually donated there. So my everything that I'm doing actually goes to Purnia and Bihar in UNICEF. There's a program that we've started along with UNICEF. I work diligently, like everything goes there. So that's what I can do as a person. And beyond that also I have tried to do a show. I wanted to do a show for women, for women's voices. I want to do a cultural show for India. But what the feedback I got from various places, there was not enough audience. So if you guys are ready for it, I'm ready for it.
You guys are ready?
I'm ready for showing India, the culture of India, the power of women, the women artists, the craft people. We are for it, but the audiences have to be also ready, because it's not just my time. It's also their production, investment, cost, and all that, of course. And we want to do things. This is my country. I want to do for my country. And also, I think I get inspiration from women. So I want to give back, because we are a community. If they are doing well, I'm doing well. So I hope that answers your questions, ma'am.
Well, my indication was not towards charity. But since you all have Insta handles which talk about
I
parties
support,
and-
no, I always put up women issues, which I'm able to understand. I always do. I support organizations who are doing good work.
Yeah.
I mean, Instagram is a very small part, but reaches a very larger. I'm living my life by those principles. I work, I don't need to be giving my earnings away to charity. I'm not sleeping at night. I'm taking a flight, coming back, have a routine, which I'm working very hard for. It's giving me energy also. So Instagram is a very small part. It's very easy to put a story.
You know, I think it's also Instagram versus reality, and you're talking about privilege versus listen, we live in a country where we see the reality. You're sitting in a car, and it's what you're talking about, demarcations, etc. Sitting in a car which is air conditioned during summer, and you have, being a mother, you seeing a little child coming and begging and knocking on your window. Do you think any of us have got used to that, no matter how privileged you are? Nobody. So I think these are issues that we live with, but as Shalini said, I think we all need to contribute towards that. It's like, what are you doing about it? It's not a collective thing always, that you don't have to get up and say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You have to sit back and say, what can I do? And make that difference, because every drop in that ocean will count. So it doesn't matter. You can sit wherever you are and try and make a difference. No matter how small it is. Change one life. It's enough. So, you know, it's not about always questioning what is everyone else doing and, oh, you're privileged. You don't have to have money to be doing something good. Let me tell you that.
No, I think that question, ma'am,
So,
we had asked
I
also,
think
which is
the-
that, you know,
larger
is
than-
this considered to be an unserious show? But does it also
No, the
speak
thing
about
is,
issues
for
that women
me,
face?
I have a art background, and in my work and even philanthropy, I felt that I had reached a glass ceiling in the audience that I was reaching. Right? I was only able to reach a certain audience, but with this show, whether softly put, right? Whether it's women being free, whether it's put with just me running into the ocean, what is the meaning of that? Because I'm not afraid of other women or men judging me. So put things to an audience which they understand, but the deeper meaning is always there. Me doing the series is simply because in my work in philanthropy and art, I had reached a glass ceiling because only so much people understand. But this series is watched by everybody, and there's been a percolation of ideas, and then now my audience is ready to listen to whatever heavier subjects I want to say. So this medium is very powerful. That's why we are here.
Yeah, the gentleman there,
Got it.
please.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, I am a great fan of Mr. Raj Kapoor.
Thank you, sir.
Raj Kapoor sir, RK Production has produced 13 films related to society problems, love, and their on-time society problems. If Mr. Raj Kapoor was today in the society, because today we are getting Animal, we are getting Pushpa 2, Pushpa, full of violence, not love, not society values, not family values. What Mr. Raj Kapoor, अगर आज की तारीख में जिंदा होते तो कैसी फिल्म बनाते?
Thank you, sir, for your question. My grandfather, late Mr. Raj Kapoor, he always made movies ahead of his times. Today, movies like Animal and all the other movies that you just mentioned are being appreciated by the audience. There is a section of audience who absolutely enjoy watching these movies, even though some people probably, they diss it. But it's end of the day, they are enjoying such movies. If my grandfather was here today, I wish he was, I'm sure you would have seen some remarkable and some amazing movies by him.
Thank you. One right. I'll give it to you, ma'am. Just a second. Yes, the young girl there, yeah.
Thank you so much. Hi everyone. Hi Ridhima. I'm
Hi.
here for you only.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Can you hold the mic up, please? Thank
so
you.
no SMS question. Just a simple thing. A girl question to girl. Ki, what is your beauty ritual?
Oh gosh. Yes. Thank you for your question. I don't have a ritual. My parents, I think, their genes, and you know, once you are blessed with good genes, I think it's up to you to look after it. I do yoga. आपने देखा yoga if you follow me on Instagram. I enjoy doing yoga. That's one thing that I cannot do without. And तो मतलब योगा जैसे शिल्पा जी कहती हैं योगा से ही होगा और मैं कहती हूँ अभी नहीं तो कभी नहीं.
Okay, thank you for your answer.
Yes, the girl. This can you move it forward, please? Yeah, to her. I'll come to you. Yeah.
Many congratulations. Your series has really inspired all women and men too, I hope. And I have a simple question. Like, you know, after your series, I think you feel it's a woman's era now. You know, that we women can be as much empowered and feel and have wings to fly. So, you know, while everybody talks about married women, mothers, what's your message for single women? You know, because women are becoming independent.
Can we have coffee soon? It's a very long conversation.
Yeah, but some messaging inspiring single women, maybe
Great
even
question.
after 40,
Yeah.
50, like it is a woman's
You know,
world.
I'm in my 50s, late 50s, actually. I have yes, good genes again. But no, I think there's no message for single women as such. If you're talking about someone who's been married and then divorced or whatever, you know, these are all societal pressures of labels that we put on each other. And I feel, you know, women sometimes become women's worst enemies. And we need to adjust each other's crowns. You know, let the other person shine. Be there for someone you care about and show that you know, I've also spoken about like mental health issues, which I have suffered from and still do. I'm in therapy. And I think 1 out of every 5 are. We don't recognize it, we don't talk about it. So there's so many issues that, you know, we women have to kind of sometimes fight ourselves with, you know, and I am one person I've always fought my own battles, and you don't have to do that. Find someone you can speak with, and never depend on anyone if you don't need to. And that's what I said earlier. Try and be financially independent. Try and keep yourself busy, to talk about single women or any woman for that matter. Keep yourself busy. You know, when your mind is busy, when your focus is somewhere else, then automatically it's a whole new mindset. And then you're just too tired. You just want to fantasize about getting into bed, watching Netflix and going to sleep.
You know, like
Accessibility.
acceptance
to
of
being
society.
single.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm very sad, very honestly, that I am single, but ab kya kare? You know, I'm a huge fatalist. My Prince Charming is waiting somewhere. It'll happen. And it'll happen for you also. Don't worry.
I'm
Can you-
very much married. It's
Oh, you
accept-
are?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Acceptance.
it's always for a friend, right?
Yeah, it's the
it's for a
culture.
friend.
You see,
No, it's a great message you're sending across to other women as
No,
well.
that's amazing.
Yeah. Can we pass the mic to the first row, please, to the lady here? Yeah.
A big hello. I'm such a big admirer of all three of you, Shalini ma'am, Riddhima ma'am, and Kalyani ma'am. So nice to see you. Shalini ma'am, what to say, the way you entered the ocean.
You want to do the same?
Oh yes,
That was my idea.
Oh,
so
God.
do it and send me a video. I'll repost
Oh
it.
God, I'll definitely do that.
Yes, ma'am.
One thing I would like to ask all three of you, what was the one big inspiration to have the show, the series? And I was very happy to see the Delhi girls also.
Yes, my inspiration actually was simply like I felt like I'd already mentioned that I wanted a larger audience to be able to speak what I want to say, because our country is so vast, and now I think my voice is reaching more women across the world. And I think my message is like friendship, support, because it's the women who pull down the women. And I'm somebody who will relentlessly, you know, stand for my friend even if I'm betrayed. I'll, you know, still But the thing is that this women really go through a lot just because of women, whether it's in their homes, whether it's otherwise. You know, if you'll see somebody wearing a beautiful dress like yours and say flowers, and they'll say, "Arey, itne phool wool pehne hai, serious thodi hoegi." You know what I'm saying? So that whole concept of someone who's taking pride in their looks is considered not serious. In the 90s, there were articles saying women, if women have to, tie up their hair, not wear makeup, not wear red lipstick, and wear structured clothes to be taken seriously. This was the 90s, and publications like Vogue, Harper, and all carried those articles, and like every publication, international. I'm not talking about Indian. So that whole thing, there's so many prejudices that we women go through every day. And we just want to be free because we are a feminine spirit. And I think we have to embrace our femininity. And that was my idea, being, showing people that you can be a powerful woman even if you're dressed like this beautiful lady wearing this stunning sari and looking so beautiful in jhumkas. So, but yeah.
Why not?
That was my idea.
Thank you.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
from
go
you
ahead.
also. And one big spark for being a fabulous wife. How?
Me?
All the wives, everyone.
Hi. The same question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so basically, I just wanted to show my family dynamics, the bond that I share between my mother and me, between the family. I don't know if that transpired. Maybe if there's another season, you'll probably get to see a little bit more of that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. One final question, please. Yes.
Hi Ridhima, hi Kalyani, I am Dr. Jasbir Kaur. I watch all episodes of Fabulous Bollywood Wives, and it has added sugar and spice in life of all the ladies, and lots of good wishes for all of you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Dr. Amit,
Thank you.
I'm Dr. Amit Kaur Puri, and I keep on planting trees, and I'm an environmentalist by profession, poetess by choice. And I want to congratulate all of you. And there's a saying in Guru Granth Sahib, "So kyu manda akhiye jis janne rajan." That
Wow.
means women who give birth to prince and the kings should be highly respected. And you have shown that on screen, and I'm so happy to see you all like enjoying your life, working as a professional, and that is awesome. That is very inspirational. And for Shalini, I want to say, because I'm watching you, इमारतें बहुत देखी हैं, इमारतें बहुत देखी हैं, पर ताजमहल जैसी नहीं.
Thank you.
Inspirational women बहुत हैं, but Shalini Passi जैसी नहीं.
Wow.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I'm so humbled.